What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know who it is. It's your boy Kiani back here with another Sports Smack. And today we're going to talk about some NBA playoff action. We're going to talk about what happened last night with the Warriors and the Spurs. And then we're going to talk about the Celtics and the Wizards and which one would be a better matchup for the Cavs. Here we go. Let's do it.
Flagrant 2 foul. And you see Simmons coming back into this ball game for Kawhi Leonard. I think the mindset is pretty much like the mindset of Game 6. If we cannot beat the Warriors,
So, big comeback last night. Big comeback by the Golden State Warriors, down by, I believe, by 25 points at one point, 23 when Kawhi went down, and that, I think, was the game changer. Let me say this: that was a dirty play. Zaza Pachulia, I'm not saying he intentionally was like, oh, I'm gonna make sure I get his ankle, because he wasn't looking. And at the same time, yeah, you can make the argument he wasn't looking. He never looked or anything like that. But at the end of the day, he knew he was getting in his landing space, and either way, whether he stepped on him or not, you knew he was going to land awkwardly because you were looking for that contact, which he made. So it wasn't, things weren't in Kawhi Leonard's favor at that point, and it was just a dirty play. You knew getting in his landing space. As a basketball player, you definitely do know that, and so it's just like you take that contest one step, fine, but then you take another step and you're in his landing space. Now that's when things look fishy, and that's just like, interesting. Now, bet you if Kelly Olynyk on the Celtics did that, Draymond Green would say, oh, he's a dirty player, which I personally still do think that Kelly Olynyk is a dirty player, but that's a different topic for another time. This is completely different conversation. Just saying that, how you gonna call somebody else out, but you're not gonna call your teammate out for doing something for doing similar dirty plays, like dirty plays that are gonna hurt people. So I mean, I just think the Warriors complain too much, and they're a phenomenal team. They don't need to be complaining about fouls 24/7. And I just me as I play sports, and as a competitor, I don't like to complain. When I see guys complain, I'm like, shut up, get back on the court, get back in the huddle, get ready for the next play, get up, get ready for the next thing that's coming. Don't sit there, but yo, what the heck? What are you talking about? This and that. If it's a foul, it's like, yo, man, that was a dumb foul. But at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do about it. If there's something I see that's something that's happening, I don't gotta sit there and complain about it. I can go over there, and I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna go there. Yo, what are you doing? No, I'm not. I'm gonna go over there and be like, hey, I don't understand what you saw right there. Can you please explain to me? Because at the same time, I didn't think I was in his space. I didn't think I was doing this. I don't think I was doing that. But I want to know a little bit more perspective on what you saw, so that I know what to change, so I don't cause this type of foul penalty or anything else for my team, so it can cause harm to my team's chances of winning at the end of the day. I'm not gonna go over there all yelling and stuff. I want to talk to a grown man. I don't want to be sitting there yelling at you. Like, come on now. Anyways, so yeah, I think with Kawhi being out, this is it for the Spurs. Kawhi's not playing game 2, and maybe he comes back for game 3. If he's not back, they're gonna be down 3-0. If he's back by game 4, they'll win game 4. If he comes back, they'll win at least one game. I guarantee they will win one game. Without Kawhi Leonard, it's probably a sweep. I mean, Kawhi Leonard was the best player on the court last night, and I think he's the best. LeBron James, best player in the world. Yeah, all right, cool. And right now he's the best player. Okay, but I tune in the first take sometimes when I get a chance, whatever. And I always hear Stephen A. Smith refer to Kevin Durant as the second best basketball player. But Kevin Durant's not better than Kawhi Leonard. I don't care what you say. Kevin Durant is not better than Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard for some just gets better every time. Like throughout the years, I remember watching him. Like I said, I'm a Heat fan. I've watched him in the finals and play like a monster, and just things that he does, and he's gotten even better than when I saw him when he won the Finals MVP. And just like he steps it up every time, and especially in big moments. Defensively, he's just a defensive monster. And then offensively, he can score the ball, and he can do all these type of things, you know. And offensively, he's getting better every year. He increases his numbers every year, and he's showing that. And you better consider me as the best all-around player pretty soon. I guarantee you, in a couple years, when LeBron's getting on his starting to decline, and he's got to take more and more games off. So we're gonna start to discuss who's the MVPs of the league are gonna be competition between Russell Westbrook and Kawhi Leonard. I would put James Harden in there if he played better defense, and he didn't show a lack of effort. Like sometimes, like in that last game against the Spurs, game set, just lack of effort from James Harden. I felt like he was just like, he second guessed himself, and it just wasn't there for me. I understand people are gonna say, well, Russell Westbrook also, you know, he takes so many shots and he has so many turnovers too. Yeah, but he's not playing with the same team that Harden gets to play with. His team is by far way worse than what the Rockets would be. Without you take Harden out of the Rockets still make the playoffs. Maybe 8, 7, 6 at best seed. But you take Russ Westbrook out of the Thunder, that team's probably getting number 1 pick, top 5 pick guaranteed. Like, just no doubt in my mind that team's not. That team's just they're not comparable. There's no way. I mean, for Russell Westbrook to thrive, they didn't build that team around him because they've only had a season to try to do something. You need to build shooters around it. Victor Oladipo ain't a shooter. I mean, yeah, he's gotten a little bit better, but he's not a shooter. And guys like that, like he needs shooters around him. Maybe a good power forward like Blake Griffin who can sometimes play point forward, and he can put mid ranges up and do all these type of things. So, you know, if he can stay healthy, but I mean, they want to, you know, Doc Rivers wants to keep the Clippers core group together, so we'll see what happens with Blake Griffin this year. Anyways, now let's talk about the Celtics and the Wizards. Big game tonight. John Wall, man, throughout this playoffs, he's been the best point guard throughout this playoffs. I know you're gonna be like, well, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, yeah, they were phenomenal all year. But I'm talking about right now in the playoffs. In this playoff span, the best point guard is John Wall. John Wall's numbers are ridiculous. What he does day in and day out every game has just been ridiculous. And so, I mean, he's gonna be a big part of this team if they can win, and if his tenacity will allow him to drive them to the conference finals. But then again, on the Celtics side, you have Isaiah Thomas and praises, man, for everything he's been through, and you know, with assist passing, you know, big ups to him and how he's been able to play and just playing honor over and do all these things and still going through all this like heartache and stuff. But like his willpower that he has on that court is unmatched. The way he just gets to the basket, makes these circus like just over guys that are just so much bigger than him, and just how good he is offensively, and especially in the fourth quarter, is crazy. And just how he's been able to power through everything that he's been through. It's really is. Can his willpower really just bring this team to the conference finals? And I believe that the Celtics are the best matchup for the Cavaliers in the conference finals. And I feel like if you look at these two teams, they could be evenly matched. Like the Celtics and the Wizards could be evenly matched, starter-wise. But when you look at the bench, I think the bench is really what's gonna, be able to help the most in the Cavaliers against the Cavaliers. I still don't think anybody beats Cavaliers. Beats the Cavaliers to go to the finals. I don't see that happening, but I feel like Celtics have a better chance of doing that than the Wizards do. Just based on depth alone, just being able to go into bringing guys, several guys deep into your bench. So yeah, I just think the Celtics are the best chance to go with. They're the best team to go with in this match against the Cavaliers. Me personally, though, I would really love to see John Wall and the Wizards, make some noise and play the Cavs and beat the Cavs. Like, that's just I'm a big fan of John Wall. Ever since his college days and Kentucky and everything like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, I just think that the best matchup, competitive wise, is it's the Celtics. I mean, I still don't think the Celtics going to beat the Cavs. I hope they can surprise people and beat the Cavs, but just the way LeBron James has been on a tear and everything like that, I just can't see it happening. But that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Tune in tomorrow. We'll have a whole new discussion about several different topics. Some more NBA talk, mainly LeBron, and what going forward and his stature to Michael Jordan is. We'll talk about some NBA draft stuff, NFL draft stuff. We'll get to the NBA draft once the lottery starts getting closer, and we'll talk a little bit about some recaps of tonight's game and things like that. But that's going to do it for today. Have a good day. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see y'all next time. Deuces.